Hello everybody and welcome to the video notes for Unit 2, Day 8. And today we're switching over from dividing fractions, and we are working now with decimals, specifically adding and subtracting decimals. Let's do a quick review of how we think of fractions and decimals as being related. So 1 over 1, that's the same thing as 1 whole, which is 1.0. 1/10 is 1/10, that's 0.1. This is the tenths place right here, the first number after the decimal. 1 over 100 is 1/100th. That's the second place after the decimal, so this is 1/100th. 1/1000th as 3 numbers after the decimal. And here, this is 3/25ths. If you want to figure out what that is as a decimal, one way you can do that is by converting the fraction so it's out of 100. So 25 times 4 gives you 100. Multiply the numerator by the same number. 3 times 4 is 12. So 3 out of 25 is equal to 12 out of 100. So 3/25ths is the same thing as 0.12. Now with that in mind, let's look at example 1. We are going to add 25 and 3/10 plus 376 and 77/100ths. Before we start adding the fractions or the decimals, I want us to just make an estimate by rounding. And the reason why we're going to make an estimate is so that we can have an idea of around what number our answer is going to be. So let's round each of these to the nearest 1. 25 and 3/10, that's between 25 and 26. And I think to myself, is 3/10, is that closer to 0 or closer to 1? 3/10 rounds down to 0, so 25 is going to round to 20, to stay at 25. We're not going to round it up, it's going to round down. 376 and 77/100ths. 77/100ths, is that going to be closer to 0 or closer to 1? Well, 77 is above the halfway point, which would be 50 out of 100, so we're going to round it up. So we round up 376 to 377, and let's add it here. So plus, let's line up plus 377. Just like that. Right, we keep it lined up to the right. 7 plus 5 is 12, carry the 1. 7 plus 2 is 9, plus 1 is 10. So put a 0 here, carry the 1. 3 plus 1 is 4. So we know now that our final answer should be something very close to 402. Let's solve it exactly now. It says to convert the fractions into decimals and then line up the decimal points to add. Let's do the first part. Convert the fractions into decimals. 25 and 3/10. We know that that's the same thing as 25.3. This is the tenths place, so 3/10. 376 and 77/100ths. So that's going to be the same thing as 376, and then it goes out to the hundredths place, so 77/100ths, just like that. And I want you to pay very close attention to how I've lined these numbers up before I can add them. Anytime you're adding or subtracting decimals, it is very important that you keep this decimals lined up with each other. In fact, you might even, if you want, you can go ahead and draw a line, a vertical line just like that, like I did, to keep your numbers organized. Because if we shift the numbers left or right, we lose our place values and we can get a totally different answer. Now that our decimals are lined up, now we can add it like we normally would. Okay, so there's nothing here, so you could just add a 0 if you wanted to. 0 plus 7 is 7. 3 plus 7 is 10, so that's 0 here, carry the 1. 6 plus 5 is 11, plus 1 is 12. Carry the 1. 7 plus 2 is 9, plus 1, which is 10. 0, carry the 1 over. 3 plus 1 is 4. And then, if you did this correctly and it's all lined up, you just bring the decimal straight down. So that would be right here. And you can double check, is our actual answer very close to the estimate? Yep, very close. There we go. And so for example, maybe if you messed up the decimal place and maybe you accidentally put over here, you would know by looking at your estimate that it was wrong because you would get 4,020 and you'd be, wait a minute, 4,020 is nothing close to 402. So the big idea that I want you to remember from this example is that when you are adding, so when adding or subtracting decimals, always, uh-oh, I spelled always wrong, A-L-W-A-Y-S, always line up the decimals. So when adding or subtracting decimals, always line up the decimals. Let's take a look at number 2. And this one's asking us to subtract. And notice that it's 426 and 4/5 minus 275 and 5/10. Tenths, it's very easy to convert into a decimal. Fifths is a little bit harder. And what I would recommend is go ahead and on the side over here, take 4/5 and let's write an equivalent ratio or an equivalent fraction, same thing, so that we can have the fraction instead of out of 5, out of 100. Then it'll be very easy to convert this fraction into a decimal. That's my hint for you. Using that hint, first round each of these numbers to the nearest 1, subtract them, and then convert the fractions into decimals to get your exact answer. So it's that time again. Pause the video and try this on your own, and then resume the video after you've tried it on your own. Do that now. Okay, now you are resuming the video after you have tried this on your own. So if I don't see any work here, I know you're not really trying. Right. Estimate by rounding. 426 and 4/5. 4/5 is above the halfway point among fifths, so that's going to round up. So that's going to round up to 427 minus 275 and 5/10. 5/10 is right at the halfway point. When it's right at the halfway point, we round up. So 275 will round up to 276. Let's subtract it. 7 minus 6 is 1. 2 minus 7, let's borrow here. So we have 12 minus 7 is 5. And then 3 minus 2 is 1. So our estimation is that our answer is going to be something very close to 151. Now let's convert the fractions into decimals. Oh, wait, first. If you got the rounding part correct, 3 gold stars to you. And now, 426 and 4/5. Let's convert 4/5 into a decimal. We're doing that up here. 5 times 20 gets you to 100. So we multiply the top by the same amount. 4 times 20 is 80, which is going to be equal to 0.8. So 426 and 4/5 is going to be equal to 426.8 minus 275 and 5/10. 5/10 is 0.5. So minus 275.5 right here. And notice how my decimal is nice and lined up between these two numbers. So I'm all organized, and then I can subtract. 8 minus 5 is 3. The decimal carries straight down. 6 minus 5 is 1. 2 minus 7, okay, I'm going to have to borrow here. Borrow from the 4, bring another 1 here. 12 minus 7 is 5, and then 3 minus 2 is 1. So 151.3 is our final answer. Did we do it correctly? It's very close to our estimate right there. All right. After you finished your notes, please log out of your computer, put your computer away, and check back up at the board for your directions.